Yep, we got a problem here. For those of you guys who don't know the backstory, this is a JDM engine that I actually bought off Facebook Marketplace for about 500 bucks. And the guy actually had a receipt for a recent purchase for this engine for about 1,000 bucks. However, when I picked it up, I didn't do a compression test or leak down test. I just rotated the engine and took the guy's word that the engine was good shape and he hadn't used it since purchasing it from an importer. And recently, I actually ran a compression test and found that all 4 cylinders in this engine actually had good compression. But after running a leak down test, as you guys will see in this video, there's definitely a problem with one of these cylinders.
This is my little SubaruONLY shop. It's a DIY Subaru channel. It's a channel where all I do is Subaru builds and race Subaru vehicles in motorsport events. It's a DIY themed channel where I walk you guys through the steps to get your Subarus back on the road and hopefully do a little racing of your own. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it.
Okay, right now I'm hooked up to cylinder number 4. And if you guys saw one of my last videos, I actually showed you the cylinder number 4 definitely has good cylinder pressure. I'll actually crank this sucker up to 100 psi so you guys can see right now. So right about 100 psi, we're looking at right about 93, 94 psi here, which means about 6 or 7% leak down. So cylinder number 4 definitely has good leak down. Within 7% is within specs. But when I move over to cylinder number 2, which is a cylinder right next to it, that's where I got a problem. Check this out, guys. Let me turn this sucker up to 100 psi. I actually pulled cylinder number 2 up to top dead center. That's what you guys saw during that time lapse. So bring it up to 100 psi. Let's see what kind of leakage you got in this cylinder. What in the hell is that, guys? About 32, 34 psi. And I'll kind of show you guys where this is coming from. It's really easy to tell where this is coming from. Major leakage here. All coming through the crankcase. Almost none of it is coming from this intake port. You can kind of feel in there's a little bit escaping by there, but I'd say probably 80 or 90% of it is coming through that PCV port right there. And then you can kind of check the exhaust port here as well, and there's almost none of it coming through the exhaust port. Maybe a few little percentage there as well. So cylinder number 2 definitely has a major problem with that ring seal. Cylinder number 4 is good, and I actually ran a leakage test on cylinder number 1 and number 3, and those are good as well. But it doesn't matter because cylinder number 2 is toast, and this short block is definitely not going to be any good. So for those of you guys out there who are buying used parts off Facebook Marketplace, I guess let this be a lesson to you and a lesson to me that buying a used engine for a cheaper price might not pay off in the end. In this case, I'm just glad that I figured it out before I put this engine all together and dropped it in the car. So next time one of you guys buy a used engine, try to do a leak down test before you buy that engine, but at the minimum, do a leak down test immediately after you buy that engine so you know what you got after you bought it.